is Rasika Nagarajan, and my reflection of this project is about my experience at Chato Coffee. Our team was divided into two groups. One went to observe brew and bus, and I was part of the group that observed Chato Coffee. At Chato Coffee, I noticed the two-stage process. One counter is for order, and another counter is for pickup. This system made things smoother, with no long queues, and customers got their food faster. I realized that even small changes in how a waiting line is managed can really improve customer satisfaction and reduce food waste. I also learned a lot about teamwork in this project. We frequently have meetings, we always brainstorm ideas together, and divide our tasks. That process taught me how important communication and cooperation are when working together as a group. Even though we split into two groups, we came back together to combine our findings and make this project complete. At first, I thought waiting lines were just about standing in a line, but this project challenged me to see them as measurable systems. I learned how arrival rates and service rates affect the whole experience. Lastly, this project taught me how to analyze real operations and show me that teamwork is really important in doing projects like this. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Isyahirin binti Minin and my matrix number is BG241102228. For this project, my group had to choose a local cafe to study the waiting line system. So at first it felt like a big job, but we made it easy by staying organized. We sat down, made a clear list of what we needed to do, and split the work up so everyone knew exactly what their job was. So getting everything ready before we started made the whole process much smoother. We picked a day when everyone was free to visit the cafe together. Taking that required photo in front of the cafe was a new experience for me, but my team was incredibly supportive. We encouraged each other to get the shot we needed, and that teamwork made the whole process feel much easier. Once we were inside, we ordered some drinks and just watched how things worked. The cafe had a great vibe. It was beautiful and a really nice place to hang out, even if the price were a bit on a higher price. And while we were there, I used my strength for watching and noticing details to track how the customer came in and out. It was much better to see the waiting line in real life than just reading about it in our textbook. This project really helped me understand how a business works when it's actually open. By working together and sticking to our plan, we got the info we needed and actually had a good time as a team. That's all from me. Thanks for listening.
Hi, I am Azian from Group 8. In this video, I want to share one major thing I learned from our project comparing brew and bus and Chateau Coffee in Labuan. Before this project, I thought a waiting line system in a cafe was only about customer comfort, but after our observation, I realized it actually has a big impact on food waste. For example, at Brew and Bus, we saw 5 customers waiting in the queue. Because service was slower, the cafe might need to prepare extra food in advance. This increases the risk of leftover food and wastage. At Chateau Coffee, there was no queue at all. Orders were processed quickly, so they could prepare food just in time, less of stock and less of spoilage, less waste. One challenge for me was that I initially struggled to accept how two busy cafes could be so different in efficiency. But after our analysis, I understood it depends on the number of counters, the layout, and how the staff work. This project truly challenged my thinking that efficiency is not just about being fast, it's also about managing resources wisely to avoid waste. What I learned here is not just for cafes. For example, at a pharmacy or private clinic, the digital queue system could be very useful. If a clinic uses a system similar to Chateau Coffee, fast processing with no long queues. Patients don't have to wait long, and medication stock does not need to be kept in excess. The same applies to banks. A long queue does not just make customers angry, it also wastes staff time and energy. So that's my main takeaway. This project taught me that a good waiting line system does not just save time, it also saves cost and reduce waste. Thank you.
As part of the fieldwork team, I also identified the outlets, collected data, and analyzed the waiting line system. My role as a videographer and photographer was to record video and photos to support our observation. From this project, I learned how waiting line system works in real situation, especially how arrival rate and service rate affect the waiting time. I also realized that efficiency is very important in service business. My main takeaway is that waiting time is not only about the number of customers but also staff performance and system management. This project changed my understanding as I now see that system design and teamwork play an important role in reducing delays. This concept apply in industry like hospital and banks to improve the service. In conclusion, this project improved my understanding of the real business operation and strengthened my teamwork and also my observation skills. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nurul Andriani. My matrix number is PG24110148. From this project, I learned that waiting line management is an important part of the business operation because it directly affects customer satisfaction and service efficiency. Before conducting this study, I thought waiting line was simply unavoidable during busy period. However, I discovered that business can reduce waiting time through better staff allocation, efficient service process, and proper queue management. My biggest takeaway from this project is that even small improvement in operation can create a better customer experience. For example, having enough staff during peak hour and organizing service activity efficiently can reduce connection and improve customer flow. This not only increase customer satisfaction but also help businesses serve more customer efficiently. This project also changed my understanding of waiting line system. I learned that managers need to analyze customer arrival, service rates, and bottleneck to improve operation performance rather than just focusing on sales. Furthermore, this project can be applied to many other industries such as hospital, bank, airport, retail store, and government office, where managing waiting time is essential. By using waiting line analysis, organization can improve service quality and customer experience. Overall, this project has strengthened my understanding of operation management and shown me how efficient queue management contribute to business success. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ena Nazira binti Embaran and I'm from Group 8. So today I want to share things that I learned, my major takeaway and how this project changed my understanding of waiting line system. So first, what did I learn? I learned that operation management is not just a theory, it is happening every day around us. From observing Brew and Buzz and Shuttle Coffee, I learned that two cafes with the same number of customers can have completely a different waiting experience. I also learned that waiting lines are connected to food waste. So when an outlet is low, staff will over prepare, and when customers wait too long, they will leave. So both create a waste. But beyond the content, I learned that something equally important, which is teamwork. So we had 8 members with different opinions, different strengths, and different schedules, but we respected each other's ideas, we listened, we compromised, and we delivered together. So I also learned that reverse logistics, like recycling or reusable cup programs, is missing from most small cafes, and that was an eye-opener. So my major takeaway is that efficiency alone is not enough. a fast queue doesn't automatically mean a good business. So Chato Coffee had almost no waiting time, but both cafes still use single-use plastic cup. Neither had a system to collect or reuse them. So my reflection is that as a future manager, we must design a system that are both fast and responsible. Speed without sustainability will just creating a waste faster. So this project made me reflect on my own habits too. So now when I visit a cafe, I notice their queue setup, their staff allocation, and what happens to their waste. So how this challenged my understanding. Before this project, I thought a waiting line was just a line. Now I see it as a signal, a symptom of how a business is designed. So this project taught me to see everyday operation differently, and I'm very grateful to have done it with a team that made the journey even more meaningful.
Hello, my name is Monisha Henry. So today I'll be presenting my part of my reflection for the operational management assignment. So my reflection will be what I learned from operational management is first thing that I've learned about teamwork, and also I've learned that about a waiting line. I've learned how a restaurant, a cafe, how does a queue works. So it actually made me realize that actually it's a lot of work and really needs a lot of patience. And the major takeaways would be, one thing is that the waiting line, if the cashier makes a delay or maybe there is a problem in the transaction and had to hold the line, it could actually ruin the whole waiting line system where people can get frustrated over it. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Farazila binti Lajapili, BG24110398. I want to share what this operation management journey was truly like for me. To be completely honest, before this project, our group looked at cafes, brew and bars, and Chato Coffee simply as places to grab a quick drink. We never thought about what happened behind the counter, but this fieldwork completely changed how we experience a business. Okay, what we learned and I learned is standing in those outlets and tracking actual customer arrival using our check sheets was a massive eye-opener. At Brew and Bus, watching a queue build up to a 5-minute wait taught us that a waiting line system isn't just about speed. It directly impacts customer stress and operational capacity. Even more surprising was the connection to food waste. We realized that when lines get congested, staff are pushed to batch prepare items, which immediately drive us the risk of overproduction and trash. Suddenly, queue efficiency wasn't just a business metric anymore. We saw it as a critical tool for environmental sustainability. The experience definitely pushed our limits. Coordinating a field study across an 8-person team with packed university schedule wasn't easy. We had to organize multiply alignment meetings from April to June to keep everything on track. But overcoming that friction is where we grew the most. We didn't just memorize operation theory, we developed real-world analytical and data tracking skills. We learned how to step into a chaotic environment, analyze layout bottlenecks, and collaborate to build realistic recommendations, like proposing digital queue system and shifting to compostable packaging to hit SDG targets. Ultimately, this project took us out of the classroom and showed us that great operations are delicate balance of human flow, spatial layout, and environmental responsibility. Thank you so much for Miss Mina and for this incredible learning experience. Thank you.
Thank you.